Today marks a grim milestone in the case of a missing Belton girl. 5 years ago today, Kara Kopetsky walked out of Belton High School and disappeared. Kara would be 22 today. Her mother doesn't want Kara to be forgotten and hopes the $80,000 reward fund will get someone to come forward with information. The 5-year walk for Kara Kopetsky is this Sunday at 2 p.m. at the Cedar Tree Square Shopping Center there in Belton. Now, Kara's family joins dozens of others here in the metro whose loved ones simply vanished. The Kansas City Police Department dedicates a squad to these missing persons cases. Tonight, Jake Peterson shows us a few that went cold.
There are families in Kansas City who've been waiting more than 5 years for answers. Their relatives vanished without a trace. Detectives tell 41 Action News they don't know what happened, but the victims' loved ones have their own ideas, and they're sharing new information with us.
Frozen in time are the pictures of dozens of missing people on the Kansas City Police Department's website. Among the faces are mothers like Shirley McEwen. McEwen was 71 years old when she disappeared in 2002.
Why can't I have my mother back? If somebody could just tell me where she is, where they dumped her body.
And there's Jody Ledkins, one of the youngest among the missing. She was just 14 years old when she vanished 26 years ago.
I want to know if she can come home or anytime she wants, and I still love her. But I miss her badly.
Ledkins' disappearance still haunts Melissa Fulscroft. She was Ledkins' best friend and the last one to see her alive.
She gave me a hug, told me each other that we loved each other, and she turned left down the corner. Never seen again.
Ledkins left East 14th Street saying she wanted to walk home to the West Bottoms. But all these years later, Fulscroft believes her destination was somewhere else.
She was asking my mom what the signs of pregnancy were. Yeah, she had just met this guy around the corner.
An older boyfriend who Fulscroft believes wasn't happy about the possible pregnancy.
I'm just assuming she went back down to her boyfriend's house where she came from.
Despite a team of detectives looking into the case, Ledkins was never seen or heard from again. Fulscroft searched the Cliffs Park where the two friends used to hang out, but found nothing. Detectives interviewed Ledkins' boyfriend, but prosecutors never charged him with a crime.
Missing person cases are some of the most frustrating cases to work in law enforcement.
Former FBI agent Jeff Lanza says the lack of any evidence and the passage of time make the Ledkins case especially hard.
The longer cases go on, the more likely is you're not going to get a solution to those cases. They go really cold. There's no evidence to begin with, and any evidence that you had has been run down. There's nothing left. So the longer that goes on, the more difficult it is to solve those cases.
Bridget McEwen hopes her mother's disappearance is the exception.
I want her remains back, really bad. They got away with murder.
Her mother, 71-year-old Shirley McEwen, vanished about 10 years ago. McEwen left her house on East 44th Street on a Saturday to visit her daughter, but never made it. Her daughter filed a police report the next day.
My mother and I were very close, and I knew her actions, and I thought maybe she had run off the side of a road somewhere. It's just not like my mother just to disappear. And I knew something was wrong.
Missing 10 days, Shirley McEwen's car just showed up over the weekend.
She was right. 10 days after her mother's disappearance, police found Shirley McEwen's Cadillac off 33rd and Highland. It confirmed her family's biggest fear.
There was a lot of blood in the car, so they knew that there was a homicide at that time.
Neither Shirley McEwen nor her belongings were ever found, but a few weeks later, someone used her credit card at this Olathe gas station.
There were surveillance cameras that got pictures of these people, and you can see the car and the truck driving away, but there were no license plates that, were readable.
McEwen has hired psychics and private eyes, but her mother is still missing.
Mother's Day is coming up. Maybe the mother of one of these people that did this, maybe they'll turn their sons in.
Police say they will keep an investigator on McEwen's case, but the file is growing dusty.
Unfortunately, we don't have any new leads. Hopefully, this will maybe trigger a memory, or maybe if someone didn't want to come forward before, maybe they will now.
Investigators say a case grows cold after a year, but McEwen and Fulscroft say their quest for answers continues, and that won't change.
It stuns me that this stuff happens every day. There's a lot of people missing.
Kansas City police tell us they keep a detective assigned to missing persons cases, but looking at these two cases, there haven't been any new leads in more than 5 years. Jake Peterson, 41 Action News.
Well, and if you know anything about those two cases Jake profiled or any of the area missing persons cases, call the TIPS hotline at 816-474-TIPS. There are rewards available, and you can always remain anonymous.